Why do you see financial corruption as a central issue facing Pakistan?
Corruption is not just an issue for Pakistan. It is an issue for all the poor countries. In fact, I've come to this conclusion that countries are poor only because of corruption, and corruption of the elite. It's the corruption of the powerful that destroys a country, not the corruption of the weak, because they have capacity of making a lot of money and then taking it out of the country. So they damage a country in two ways. One is that the money that should be spent on human beings, human development, infrastructure, and right now climate change, it's a huge challenge now for humanity. That money is siphoned off. So that's number one damage to the country. Secondly is because they have to hide the money because the amounts are huge, so they have to take it out of the country. And to take it out of the country, they have to buy dollars. So the second damage done to them is that it puts pressure on the currency. So the currency devalues. When the currency devalues, there's inflation. And inflation causes poverty. So in my opinion, countries are poor mainly because of the corruption of the elites, ruling elites.
Over 400 Pakistanis were named in the Panama Papers, and more than 700 were named in the Pandora Papers. In what way does the Sharif family stand out compared to other individuals mentioned in those leagues?
You see, the reason why Sharif family stands out is because he was 3 times the Prime Minister. And he has basically been in power for 35 years. Most of the time he's been in power. Either they've been in government in Punjab, which is 60% of Pakistan almost, or 3 times he's been power at the center. Now, when the Prime Minister makes money, he has to make money by weakening the state institutions that are supposed to check corruption. So when the state institutions become weaker, then it's not just that the Prime Minister is making money, then at all levels money is being made. And our country, during especially from the time that Nawaz Sharif came into power in Punjab in 1985, it was from 90s that Pakistan started going down. Until 90s, Pakistan was ahead of all the countries in the subcontinent in terms of our per capita income, in terms of our human development. We were ahead of all the subcontinent. Once Nawaz Sharif came and then followed by Asif Zardari, the two of them, these two families, plundered this country. They did something like what East India Company did to India. East India Company basically took India, which was one of the richest regions in the world. The wealth was stripped and taken away to Britain in the 200 years. This is exactly what the corrupt elites, ruling elites of the developing world is doing to them, stripping off the money and taking it out. And this is exactly what Sharif and Zardari did to us. When I, as a Prime Minister, if I want to make money from my country, steal money and then send it abroad, I can only do it if I weaken the state institutions that would check my corruption. So number one, the institutions get corrupt and they get weaker and they cannot stand in front of the powerful. So what you're seeing, number one, in Pakistan is that the institutions that should check corruption, the institution that should protect the people of Pakistan by giving justice, they somehow have got either weak or they have got, within the institutions, have been penetrated by the powerful mafias. So our ability to check them or to bring them to justice, that ability is minimized. Secondly, and I think even more devastatingly, when the rich or the ruling elite indulges in corruption, The worst thing that they do to a society is they make corruption acceptable. So the media also doesn't get appalled when they hear of corruption cases of the powerful. Compare that to, say, Britain. I mean, a simple thing like, in Pakistan, it wouldn't even have made news about Boris Johnson attending a drinks party, during COVID. I mean, it wouldn't even have been in the paper. It wouldn't. People would have thought it's silly if it had come into the newspapers. But look at the level of the moral standards expected from the elite. And here you have this instance of Nawaz Sharif's brother Shahbaz Sharif. In their sugar mill, one small employee which would hardly be paid $50, I guess, a month, even if that. In his account, 4 billion rupees come in. 4 billion rupees. And the guy refuses to answer. He said, I don't know, ask my son, and son has absconded to London. So he was the chief minister when this happened. And so there's no shock in the country, because somehow, we have accepted the corruption of the powerful. And this is far more damaging than actually the money they take out.